Every parent knows this. It is wonderful having kids, but sometimes you do have to get a bit creative. Did you know that 4-year-olds ask an average of 400 questions a day, and as the parent of a 4-year-old, I can tell you after about 75 questions, you do run out of answers. One parent, Julia Obst, came up with a novel way to deal with her daughter's questions. She created a blog called Lies I Tell My Daughter. She joins us now, along with psychologist and early show contributor Dr. Jennifer Hartstein. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Julia, this is a fascinating thing you do here. I'm going to read some of these mistruths, if I may. Tell this to your daughter. We can't put your window down. It's broken. This one is for getting her to eat. If you eat shrimp, you'll become a better swimmer. And here's one. When you're trying to get her to sleep. If you don't get back into bed, I will call the gate guy, and he will put a gate on your door, and you will only be able to get out in the morning. Did your daughter believe these?
Absolutely. I'm her mom. Why wouldn't she believe them?
Tell me what goes through your mind when you're telling her these myth-truths.
They're really not premeditated lies. They just are things that come up throughout the day that help me get out of situations or help me get her to do things.
Do they work?
I do. Yeah.
Have you ever heard her repeat these to other kids as truths?
Yes, I've heard her warn her friend that if she doesn't go to sleep, the gate guy will come.
Okay.
And the mom really appreciated that.
I'm sure.
Jen, what do you think about this? Is this a good idea?
Well, you know, there's pros and cons, and I promised Julia I wouldn't yell at her, so I'm not going to yell at you.
Thank you.
But I think that there's pros and cons. I think that the fact is that your children do look to you to be their protector, their guide, and really instruct them. And the more mistruths we tell, the less likely they're going to be to trust you, to trust other people, because if we're starting early with that, even though they seem funny to us, your child is believing them. And so are we setting them up for not believing you later when you say to them, you know, driving and texting in the car is really dangerous, and they go, yeah, mom, whatever, because are you damaging that bond? So we have to be really careful, because when she finds that these things aren't true anymore, what's she going to do, and how's that going to impact your relationship also?
I know, true confessions here, that the mean man has shown up at my house several times. And if you don't do this, the mean man is going to come out.
But is there a kernel of truth there? You know, that
well,
when you
I guess
get angry,
I would be the mean man, I guess.
Right. When you get angry, are you the mean man to her? So, you know, she doesn't want you to be angry, and that's, instead of saying, I'm going to get angry when you do that, which might be equally or more effective, you're saying the mean man, which is scarier and is definitely going to get her to stop sooner. But there's a kernel of truth there.
Okay. Kernel of truth being me is what you're trying to say.
Yes, absolutely, Russ. We know you are the mean man.
What's the response been, Julia, to your blog?
You know, the website that I write for, Hello Giggles, they have a comment section, and some parents just share their funny stories, and they say, I do the exact same thing, this is how I get through my day. And some parents write shame on you, and they don't get it, and they take it to a whole other level.
Right. Is there an age that you think this isn't going to, I'll ask this to both of you, that this, whatever your motives are here, this just isn't going to work anymore?
I'm pretty sure 5 is it.
Yeah.
I think.
And I think the truth is that at different times in your child's life and your relationship with them, you are going to have lies of omission over different things. One of the things that parents often don't want to tell is have they used drugs or alcohol and what their experiences were with that, or I'm going on a date if you're a single parent and what that means in the relationship with your child. You're not going to give them all the details of that, right? Even though they might really want to know. So there's different periods of time, and the lies and the kind of omissions might change, but we have to be aware of how that's going to impact our relationship with our children.
Had your daughter ever called you on any of these at all? Mommy, that's ridiculous. That's not true.
No, well, except for one time I had told her I was calling Santa Claus. I had it with her. I said, I'm calling Santa, and he's going to tell you that you're not going to get any toys. And I called the movie phone guy. And she said, let me talk to him. And I said, you know what? He has to go.
He doesn't talk to little children.
Yeah.
Right. It's a good intervention in very short term, and you have to just think about how that's going to do things in the long term. But everybody does it at some point.
Will you let your daughter watch this segment?
No.
No way. Julia and Jen, thank you so much.
Thanks,
we
Russ.
appreciate it.